channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jasmine. It is so nice to meet you guys. I have been doing a lot of brainstorming lately, and I came up with this idea that I really wanted to start a series where I could just sit down with you guys, maybe grab a coffee or a tea, hence the name Cafe Combos, and just have a genuine conversation with you guys. There's so many hardships that we face as we get older, and it seems like no one really talks about those things, but yet we all experience them. I think that it's important to talk about the things that cause us trauma or that make us sad, and to openly talk about them. And I just hope that there's some of you out there who can relate to whatever it is that we're talking about, and if we can just, help out one person, then that would make all of this worth it. I just wanted to give you guys a little overview of what the series was going to entail, but I hope you guys enjoy this video so much, and if there's any topics out there that you guys need help with, I would be more than happy to help you guys out. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, you guys, I have grabbed my coffee, I have lit my candle to kind of just create that relaxing space. I figured we would just jump right into the topic for today to kick this series off. So for the first ever episode, I figured it would be perfectly fitting to talk about coping with anxiety during a stressful time. I have my notebook here. I wrote down some notes that I didn't want to forget to mention to you guys, so if you see me looking down, that's why. It has been extremely hard to stay focused and determined during a time like this. So the first thing that I noticed during this quarantine was how quick it was for me to fall out of routine. I was screwing up my sleeping schedule. I have always been an early sleeper and an early riser. I just feel more productive that way. That's just always the way that I've been. But since this whole quarantine thing has happened, my sleeping pattern has been completely thrown off. I would go to sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning, which is really late for me personally, and I would get up later in the morning. Now, this completely threw off the rest of my day because I was so used to having my entire morning and all the extra hours of the day to be productive and do all the things that made me feel good about myself. And something as small as my sleeping pattern was disrupting my flow of everything in my life. The next thing that accompanied that was losing motivation. So because I was falling out of my routine, I felt like I had no sense of structure in my day. And this was making it really hard for me to stay motivated because I felt like everything around me was so disorganized. I'm someone who wakes up in the morning and I have very specific things that I do throughout the day to keep myself productive and to keep myself motivated. But my interest in going to the gym was non-existent. My eating patterns became thrown off, and I had no desire to fix them because I was at home all the time. I was eating way more. There was nowhere to really go, so I was here in bed just watching TV from the time I woke up until the time I slept. And I'm a naturally very ambitious person, so this was very unlike me. And if I'm being honest, I still kind of feel like that, but I've been able to at least fix my sleeping pattern, and that small thing has completely shifted my day. And I honestly would encourage you guys, if you're someone who is typically like me and you like to have more hours in the day to be productive, and you've found that your sleeping patterns have been thrown off, it's so important to try to correct that now. It doesn't have to be all at once. Maybe try going to sleep an hour earlier than you've been and waking up an hour earlier, and then gradually decrease those hours until you're at the time that you would normally go to sleep and wake up again. That is something that has helped my anxiety a lot. I've noticed my anxiety is always at its highest in the morning. And I think that, at least for myself, that was happening because I was waking up at such a later time that my body was trying to wake me up to get me going. And so this anxiety would come in and just try to basically get me out of bed, but I would fight against it and I wouldn't. And so it was just a vicious cycle. So the first tip that I would give you guys, try to start correcting your sleeping pattern, because sleep regulates so much. It is crucial. You need it. You need it in order to survive your day, to do all the things that you want to do, to accomplish all the things you want to accomplish. It's just so important, you guys. The next thing that I would advise you guys is to drink water. I know these things sound very standard and almost like silly that I'm even mentioning these things, but they're also two of the things that people overlook the most. When you're dehydrated, you're more tired. You don't want to do things. So I actually purchased a water bottle off of Amazon that gives me times of the day on the bottle that I'm supposed to be drinking by. I'm supposed to be drinking that much water by that time. So I found that that's helped me a lot. There's so many things out there that can remind you guys of why these things are important, and I highly recommend looking into these things. I will even leave that link down below so you guys can purchase it, and I really think it would be beneficial for you guys. So as I mentioned previously, I got a little sidetracked right there, that I was losing my motivation to do anything. Accompanying that was the heightened anxiety because I wasn't achieving anything. I felt very complacent this year, and I know that I've been limited, so I shouldn't be too hard on myself, but at the same time, I think that it's really easy to make excuses for not achieving the goals that you want to achieve. And I know for me that I've definitely been using every excuse in the book to not get going. Anxiety is a tricky thing because it is needed. You do need anxiety in small doses, but when it becomes overwhelming is when we really have to look within and see what there is that we can do to bring ourselves out of that situation. It is really challenging during a time like this. I'm pretty sure everyone has been experiencing some level of anxiety during this time, but there are a few things that have helped me so much, apart from the two that I've just mentioned to you guys earlier in this video. One huge thing is exercising. And when I say exercising, I know that going to the gym is kind of out of question right now, but there are things that you can do just to get your blood flowing and that will clear your mind. Simply going for a walk the first thing in the morning when you get up before you've done anything else will help you get such a great jump start to your day. It has always put me in a better mindset when I've done things like that. The way that I look at it is it's not ever gonna cause any harm. You're never gonna be like, oh, I should not have got on that walk today. I feel even worse than I did before. That's hardly ever gonna be the case. So even if it's for like 5 minutes, just get your body out there, just get moving. That's a big one. That really is a big one. The next thing that I would advise is to just get ready. Even if you don't have anywhere to go, when you get ready, you're putting yourself in that mindset that you're gonna be productive in the day, that you're gonna do things, that you're ready to tackle whatever it is that you set your mind to that day. When you stay in the clothes that you slept in, it's so easy to not do anything. It really, really is. And I'm not saying that to bag on anyone. I'm saying that from experience. It's just so important, you guys. I think I've gotten like full on ready pretty much every day for the past few weeks because I just felt like I needed that to get myself out of bed and to be productive. The next thing that I've noticed is when you're in the same space that you sleep in all the time, it's really easy to live inside of your head. Sometimes when I'm at home for too long, my thoughts just get the best of me, whereas before my room would be my place of comfort. And so what I would do is I would find joy in going to places like Starbucks, the drive-through, just to get my little pleasure in for the day. You still want to take care of yourself during this time, whether it's letting yourself chill out in the bath with some candles and a book to read, or whether that's going for a walk or doing your makeup. You still want to feel like you're tending to yourself. And I think that would also help decrease the anxiety a lot. You know, you guys, anxiety is so inevitable during this time. And I know that we're all experiencing it, some maybe more than others, but the worst thing you can do is to let yourself stay in that mindset and not try to fight to bring yourself out of it. Well, the things that I'm giving you guys aren't a cure for anxiety. During this time, during a stressful situation, they're things that can help. And I think when your anxiety is up here, when it's normally down here, you want to do any little thing that you can to help bring yourself back to who you are. And I know that I'm not there fully. I still have my days where I feel like I'm hard on myself for not doing enough or not accomplishing everything that I set myself out to do. But you know, I'm learning to be patient with myself and to do the little things that matter for my health. And when those things compile, eventually I'll get myself out of this, as well as all of you guys. And I really hope that you guys know that you're not alone. I'm definitely going through it with you. And if you guys ever need any kind of support or have any questions, I will always do my best to respond to the comments down below. Or if there are any other topics that you guys would like me to cover, I would be more than happy to do that as well. I'm here for you guys. That was the point of this series. We're all in this together. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.